Welcome to Patrick and Henry Community College. My name is DeWitt House, and I'm the Senior Program Officer at the Harvest Foundation. And I get the opportunity to recognize some of our distinguished guests this morning before we proceed with our program. First off, I'd like to thank the Patrick Henry Community College Advisory Board and also the Patrick and Henry College Foundation Board for hosting us here this morning. I'd also like to recognize members of the Martinsville City School Board that are in attendance, the Henry County School Board members that are in attendance, Carlisle Board of Directors, our K-12 leaders, Ms. Sandy Strayer, Superintendent of Henry County Public Schools, Dr. Zeb Talley, Superintendent of Martinsville City Public Schools, and Ms. Gracie Agnew, the head of school at Carlisle. I'd also like to thank the members of the Henry County Board of Supervisors and our County Administrator, Mr. Tim Hall, members of the Martinsville City Council and the City Manager, Mr. Leon Tornicki. Also like to recognize any of our state or any of our other local and state elected officials who are present here this morning. We'd also like to welcome all of our virtual attendees who are hopefully attending through the Zoom link, and a special welcome to all of our kindergarten classes at Henry County, Martinsville, and Carlisle School for being in attendance this morning. Before we move into our ceremony, I would like to thank two people who have done an extraordinary amount of work to putting this event together. And that's Amanda Broom, the communication specialist at Patrick and Henry Community College, and Latala Hodges, the Director of Communication for the Harvest Foundation. If you would, just give them a round of applause, please. At this time, it's my pleasure to introduce the Chairman of the Board for the Harvest Foundation Board of Directors, Mr. Bill Kirby.
Well, good morning. My name is Bill Kirby, Chairman of the Harvest Foundation Board of Directors, and I'd like to thank you all for being here today to celebrate the future of education in our community. My mother was a teacher and a librarian who retired from the Martinsville City School System, and I was fortunate. Growing up in my house, the way she talked about higher education, I didn't even realize going to college was not an option. It was assumed, and so we behaved as such. But we're convinced that there are a significant number of children in our community whose experience is not the same. They're told or they infer from those around them that college is not an option, and we want those experiences to change. When we developed the Seed Fund 4 years ago, it seemed like our chance to drastically change the landscape of higher education in Martinsville, Henry County. By meeting just a few basic requirements, any high school graduate in our community now had the opportunity to attend Patrick and Henry Community College at no cost to them. The Seed Fund has made us the envy of many communities across our Commonwealth and even our country. It gives us an edge on the competition when our economic developers are recruiting new businesses. And it gives our children a concrete goal to strive toward from an early age. Today, we take the Seed Fund to the next level. And now I'm going to try and avoid this hole. We are excited to announce a $10.3 million grant and a 13-year commitment to the Seed Fund at Patrick and Henry Community College. That means that all current students, starting all the way with this year's kindergarten class, will have the opportunity to attend college at no cost to them or their families. To me, hope is picturing a brighter tomorrow. Seed gives our children hope. They will know that the future they want is possible, and attainable. They will hear it from their pastors, guidance counselors, teachers, and parents, and they will know that college is 100% an option for them. They will know that there are people in our community who believe in them and will support their goals and dreams. They can allow themselves to picture a wonderful life and a positive future right here in Martinsville, Henry County. As I call your names, please join us at the podium to present this grant award to Patrick and Henry Community College. Dr. Greg Hodges, Tiffany Underwood, Dr. Zeb Talley, Sandy Strayer, Gracie Agnew, and Kate Kelly.
Guys, can we come over here? Step in.
Yeah,
We don't want it to be stepping in dirt or falling in a hole. Oh, in the middle.
Mask on or off?
If you have them on, yeah, and then we can take one with them. All right. And if you want to take them off, we'll have to distance.
All right, can we get one facing the cameras this way, please?
For another 10,000, we will.
Ask him right there, he's next to you. Thank you.
Thank you again for being here, and at this time I'll call Dr. Greg Hodges.
Welcome to the Patrick Henry Community College, the most beautiful college campus in the Commonwealth of Virginia. We are absolutely thrilled to host you for this incredible announcement. My name is Greg Hodges, and I have the honor of serving as your president. 5 years ago, DeWitt House and the executive leadership team here at Patrick and Henry started having conversations around what would eventually become our seed program with the Harvest Foundation. I think we all knew early on that we were onto something special. However, I don't believe any of us realized just how special and how important this would become for the educational and economic vibrancy of our community. We use the term game changer far too often in higher education, but in reality, today's announcement of Seed 2.0 is just that. It changes everything. Seed 2.0 is the largest investment in the history of Patrick and Henry Community College, but in reality, it is so much more. It's an investment in the power of hope for a community. Starting today, the question of can I afford to go to college need never be asked by a school-age student in Martinsville and Henry County. As of this moment, the financial barrier of attending a college has been removed for an entire generation of students. Simply put, we know that SEED works. The first two cohorts of SEED students are completing at a rate that is double the national average for community college students. Our students are earning certificates, degrees, and industry-recognized credentials, but more importantly, they're learning the skills that they need to become successful employees, and for some, even successful employers. At the end of the ceremony today, we'll be planting our seed tree. As a child growing up in this community, my father used to tell me repeatedly that money does not grow on trees. While his philosophy is indeed correct, I would add, but perhaps hope does. Every leaf of this tree is going to represent one more student and one more family who's been rescued from poverty. I want to thank the Harvest Foundation for their expression of confidence in the work we do at Patrick and Henry. When they entrusted us with this initial grant 4 years ago, we were incredibly excited. Today we're humbled and we're grateful. An investment of this magnitude sends a clear message that says what we're doing is working. Let's take it even further. I also want to thank the incredible SEED team at Patrick and Henry Community College. Their work is tireless, and at times their efforts are nothing short of miraculous. But their labors are not in vain, because every certificate, every degree, and every credential from this college is the ticket to a better life for the families of this community. Finally, to the citizens, and especially the students of Martinsville and Henry County, thank you for entrusting us with your education. We've been serving you now for nearly 60 years, and we are just getting started. It's my pleasure to introduce the president of the Harvest Foundation, Kate Keller. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. As Dr. Hodges said, I'm Kate Keller, and I'm the president of the Harvest Foundation. I'm thrilled to be here today as we celebrate the launch of Seed Point 2.0, a life-changing opportunity for our community's high school graduates. There are many of us here today who are not educators, but we all know the commitment, effort, and resources it takes to be a college graduate. We also know the earning power and positive outcomes that benefit those with a college education. For students, the desire to attend college is there. They just need the reassurance that it is possible and within their reach. And the Seed Fund gives them that reassurance and hope. The Harvest Foundation is focused on making our community a place where everyone can thrive. And investing in our community's educational future is a vital part of that mission. We strive to support our local partners in education as they work to provide a first-class learning and development opportunities for all of our youth, from birth to high school to college and beyond. Since the Seed Fund launched in 2017, as Dr. Hodges said, the completion rate of Seed students averaged 65% compared to 34% for other students, and the national average is 33%. Fall and spring retention rates increased, and fall-to-fall retention rates also increased, which means our Seed students are staying in school and earning credentials at a higher rate. Patrick and Henry Community College remains at the forefront of providing crucial workforce training and higher education for students in Martinsville and Henry County. At this time, I'd like to acknowledge and thank the Harvest Foundation Board of Directors, many of whom are here today or online. Their vision and commitment to educating our youth is the backbone of the Seed Fund. I would also like to thank Dr. Godwin, who 5 years ago partnered with us to help get this launched. And in-house, a special appreciation to DeWitt House, our senior program officer, who without his passion for our students and for his vision that they all can achieve, we wouldn't be here today. So thank you, DeWitt, for making this a reality for us. So due to COVID-19 concerns, we were unable to host our kindergartners here today. But if you're joining us on Zoom, you should see the faces of the very children we hope will walk the halls of Patrick and Henry Community College as Seed students once they graduate. As part of the Seed 2.0 announcement, all kindergartners in Martinsville and Henry County received a Seed t-shirt and a special photo frame with the Seed logo that they will take home and remind them every day that the college education is waiting for them. We will now plant this dogwood, and it's a tree that symbolizes our commitment to the kindergarten class, with hopes that when they are Seed students, they will visit this very spot and reflect on their educational journeys and dream about their bright futures. Thank you. Dr. Hodges and Mr. Kirby, can you join me? You guys get to do that.
Yeah.
Grab a shovel, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we ready?
Yep.
Daddy.
1, 2, 3.
We'll see. We don't have much work left to do.
One more scoop and we have it done.
All right. Do we want to?
Turn it face with your shovels this way so we
Okay.
can get a photo.
We get undo that back.
We are good. Aren't they cool?
Are they
It
yours?
belongs to EDC. But we might not give them back.
That concludes our ceremony for today. Thank you all for coming, and we look forward to more big announcements. It's been a big week for Southern Virginia this week, so we're grateful that we got to end this week with this amazing commitment to our students. So thank you all for coming and enjoy your day.
Thank you. I say thank you.
Thank you.
I want to say thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Going to college. We're 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 going to college.